All right, we're going to look at some mole gram molecules problems. And so let's look at this problem right here. So Betty Sue's silver necklace contains 0.85 grams of silver. So you are trying to impress her with your knowledge of chemistry, because every woman would be impressed by a good knowledge of chemistry. Every man should be impressed by that too. And you're trying to impress her by calculating the number of silver atoms that are in her necklace. So here's her silver necklace over here. It's a nice looking necklace, right? I'm going to change ink colors here. I kind of like the blue. And, you know, a really strange thing. Look at this. Betty Sue has a little infinity symbol down there because she really likes math. So she likes math, you like chemistry. Sounds like a great relationship. So let's look at this now. So what are we starting with? We're starting with, and let's read the problem. We're starting with 0.85 grams of silver. And what do we want to find? Well, we want to find the number of silver atoms. So any of these problems that you're doing, I mean, we don't really care about Betty Sue's necklace. We don't care about well, you should always want to have some knowledge of chemistry, but we don't really care about impressing her that much. Get rid of all this stuff. We want to go from grams of silver to the number of silver atoms. And the other thing you need to remember is we have like our game plan. So in the middle, we always have moles. Off to the side, we have number of atoms. And then over here, we have grams. All right? And to go between grams and moles, we're going to use molar mass. To go between moles and the number of atoms, we're going to use Avogadro's number, 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd. That's not a very good 6. There's a better 6. All right? So where are we starting? Well, look. We're starting in this box. We have 0.85 grams, and we want to figure out the number of atoms. So we want to end in this box. That's going to take 2 steps. So first thing we're going to have to do is go from grams to moles, and then we'll need to go from moles to number of atoms. So let's draw our fence post. So 0.85 grams of silver. This is what we're starting with. So if we start with grams of silver goes down on the bottom right, because we want this to cancel that out. Because we don't want to end up with grams of silver. In this first step, we want to go to moles of silver. And over here, what do we always put in front when we're going from moles to grams? On the conversion side, we put a 1 here. Because we can look on the periodic table. Here's the periodic table. We can look on here and we see silver has a mass of 107.87 grams. All right. So if we were to solve this right now, this would give us moles. We're right here. But we don't want to stop at moles. We want the number of atoms. So we're going to keep this problem going. So we're going to draw another fence post. And then we're going to be starting with, this will give us moles of silver. So we're starting with moles of silver. So moles of silver goes down on the bottom right. And then here we want to go from moles of silver to number of atoms. So atoms of silver will go right here. And when we go from moles to number of atoms, we're going to have to use Avogadro's number. So we know in 1 mole of silver, there is 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of silver. All right? And then look at this. So grams of silver cancel out. Moles of silver cancels out. What are we left with? We're left with atoms of silver, and that's what we want to impress Betty Sue. And I've never had a Betty Sue yet. Hope I don't have one. Well, not that I have anything against Betty Sue, but I've already used this name. So So what do we do? So we got 0.85 times 1 times 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd. Sorry, my handwriting's not that great. I need to bend down and get, but I'm going off screen. All right. I know you want to see my giant bald head. There we go. And then on the bottom, we have 107.87 times 1. So we do the math. Calculator. So I've got 0.85 times 1 times 6.022. Second function, EE to the 23rd. I get that answer, and then I'm going to divide it by 107.87 times 1. And you should get, and let's use 2 sig figs. I'm going to round it off to 4.7 times 10 to the 21st atoms of silver. All right, so here's our answer. So Betty Sue will be happy because now she knows in her beautiful silver necklace she has 4.7 times 10 to the 21 atoms of silver. Hi, how's it going? All right, that's the end of this video. Come in for help if you need it. Watch some other videos. Adios.